Ooh. Hey guys, it's me, Alex. Thanks for watching today. For today's video, I just want to make an announcement. And it's kind of a mixed announcement, but it's all good news, at least for me, as far as I'm concerned. Um, but that still doesn't make this video super easy to do. And first, I want to say, yes, everything is okay with me. I'm doing great. But just coming to a patch where I just need some help from you guys, and then that's where you can come in. So just cutting right to the chase, I'm starting a GoFundMe, and that is because I recently got an approval letter in the mail from my insurance, and they approved me to have surgery for gynecomastia. Now, gynecomastia is basically when males start to develop more female breast tissue, or just and there are links that will be provided so you can look that information up, and it's not life-threatening or anything like that, at least not directly. But anyways, it's exciting for me. It's something I've wanted to do for a while. I've done lots of research with gynecomastia, and if you start looking at, you'll see yourself. But basically, usually it'll present in most male teenagers, and then it'll go away kind of as you grow up, or your hormones kind of balance out after puberty and whatnot. But in other cases it doesn't, and in my case it did not. And that's something that, you know, I've worked on from, I would say, middle school up through to today. And it's just one of those things that after a year or two, basically, and especially with as much excess skin has developed, it's not something that will go away or be remediated with weight loss or weight management. And I've, you know, been pretty decently in shape, but it's just one of those things that, like I said, it doesn't go away, it just minimizes, and it's still just something that's uncomfortable, and not something that I have ever enjoyed dealing with. And it just makes things more mental work than they should be, if we're being completely honest. You know, things like, you know, choosing which shirt to wear, you know, like going to the beach or pool, like it, it creates a lot of anxiety around those issues. Or it's something simple as just changing, even though it feels like it's something that shouldn't induce a lot of anxiety, or, you know, but it's a huge mental task, and like that's not something you would generally think about, just like going to the beach or going to the pool or going, you know, for a jog or doing jumping jacks. And lots of simple things take a little extra mental effort, because as a guy, you don't typically want extra breast tissue bouncing around and doing all sorts of things. And some of you guys may be wondering what it's like to have the gynecomastia or deal with it. And in many cases, it's pretty subtle, actually. It's just a little extra, like, you know, fat on the pecs, and it's like a little jiggly. But like for someone with like me who has a more extreme version of it, or someone who might still be more obese, they have more tissue. A lot of times it's glandular, and or it's just adipose. The best way that I could come up with to describe it would be how I imagine girls might feel when they're in middle school or high school and they first start developing breasts. It's like, you know, you just kind of feel like everyone's looking at you and everything you do. Even if it's just standing up and then sitting down, or you jump, or you go to do anything that might jostle, you know, or shake up things in your chest, like it, or just standing there. If you just happen to have on the wrong color shirt or the wrong material shirt, and it just falls, and then it just kind of feels like all eyes on you. And sometimes that ends up being true, and sometimes, you know, people don't notice, and then when they do, it's a surprise. Or, you know, as some people have done, they reach out and grab it, and it's just like not something that you ever want. And it's, you know, it can be a lot to deal with in its own way, even though it's not, you know, life threatening. It's just been it's been around for a while, and, you know, I got the approval from my doctor, and so now I'm asking you guys for your help and generosity. with that being said, if you personally cannot donate, that is absolutely fine. I don't want you to feel bad. But if you know someone that might be willing to know, or you just want to share the story and kind of see what happens, that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is just kind of shooting blindly in the dark. I know it's a big goal, but it's something that's greatly important to me, and I know it would increase my quality of life. Now, just more on the more business side of things, as far as money goes. Unfortunately, due to tax reasons, I cannot promise anything back, because then it would be like a purchase, and like it just makes a huge tax liability on the back end of things. So my plan right now is to use all the money that comes in to help fund the surgery and like all the costs that are associated with that. And then if for some chance there is money left over, I would want to donate that to some sort of cause. I have not decided that yet, but I have several weeks to kind of think about that. But right now it's in April, and I'm super, super excited to undergo this procedure. It's something that I've dealt with for a while, and just frankly, I am fortunate enough to be in a spot to where this is a consideration that I can take. But, with our healthcare system the way it is, and definitely with other issues just surrounding medical care and just being able to afford things in general that are kind of pushed out of your everyday price bracket, it gets kind of tough. So I don't want to ramble on too much. I already feel like I've rambled enough. But thank you again for taking the time out to watch. I'll post a link to the GoFundMe below this video. I'll also post a couple links to WebMD and Wikipedia for those interested in gynecomastia. And I think there's plenty of other sites you could also look up. Please share this. Any help really helps me out in the long run. And subscribe,